Do you feel comfortable talking about your political views with other students during class?
No. I'd keep that to myself a lot of the times, unless I'm with, my other pretty conservative classmates who share the same views. Then I tend to kind of keep my mouth shut, just because I don't want to start any arguments,
Right.
or have people dislike me for my views. Sometimes I feel like I'm not accepted because of just the sheer ratio of conservative people and just Republicans to Democrats here. And I feel like I'm one of a very small number.
What are some common stereotypes about conservative students, and are any of them prevalent at Head-Royce?
People think that I'm a racist.
Naive.
Inflexible, white, anti-gay marriage, and anti-abortion.
Carrying guns around all the time.
You're not going to listen to anyone else, and you're just going to sit and give people money to do what you want.
Republican and bad, they go hand in hand.
People have made false accusations of me for my political views, and definitely put words in my mouth.
We often don't even know what words mean, and I think conservatism is probably one thing that we all think we know what that means, because we know what's in the media and we know what we see, like this person is conservative, and maybe you don't like all these things that this person did, and you know they're conservative, so then you're pairing the two together.
Do you say that the unwelcoming attitude towards conservatism is unique to the Head-Royce community alone, or is affected by the school's immediate surroundings, meaning the Bay Area?
I think it is affected a lot by the immediate surroundings, because my sister, I was actually talking to her about this last night. She goes to Monte Vista. It's a public school out where I live in Alamo, and there she characterizes the divide between the liberals and the conservatives as not being as severe, where it's very much a gradient. Maybe that's because they have more students, but at this school I feel as if there is a very sharp divide between those who will vote Republican and those who will vote Democrat in 2016.
There's more negative stigma in the Bay Area towards the word conservatism, whereas if you go to the South, even though people might relate conservatism to the same things as we do, it's not negative in their mind.
The classroom environment is liberal itself. It plays to the Bay Area, because where we live, but it plays a lot to Head-Royce. The school itself plays a huge role in that, because I'm 16 years old. I don't know if I'm Democrat, Republican, I don't know what I am because I'm 16 years old, but people here feel like they should know. And in the community that Head-Royce kind of establishes, they make you choose that you're, a Democrat from a young age, I guess, and you're liberal. You just think in that kind of mindset. Because we go here, and it almost pressures you to make those decisions earlier than you're ready, and it pushes you not to be conservative. It doesn't teach you all the great lengths that Republican presidents did. We don't go as in depth.
Do you have any advice for other conservative students, possibly about how they can feel more accepted at Head-Royce?
Well, I haven't quite figured out how to be comfortable with voicing my opinion, in a class setting or in a big assembly setting.
You have to think about how you're going to say things and not be impulsive, and how you react or how you state something, just because it can be tricky when you're trying to say something against what everyone else is saying without getting backlash.
For right now, I just kind of tend to keep my mouth closed, and I don't know, because some people take it the wrong way.
Right.
And I think it would also help for our community to be kind of educated on what exactly it means, and not just the stereotypes and the radical stereotypes that go along with being conservative.
It's so hard to be a teacher with these political views and not push them onto the students when you talk about these things, and all teachers do. I mean, you're a history teacher and you try not to have a bias, but everyone does. Everyone has a bias, and when you have those and you're teaching kids that don't know any better, that pushes onto them. And the community that we're in is extremely liberal, so it pushes then on to the kids that then make their mindset that they should be liberal too, because liberal's the better option. I think everybody has to make their decision by themselves, and here it pushes you towards one side and doesn't give you the full outlook on, both Republican and Democratic. They don't give you the full view of it.
Personally, my opinion is that since one of the fundamental, quintessential pillars of Head-Royce as an institution is the idea of diversity, that the school community would be better served by bringing on board more Republican and more conservative thinkers, students, and teachers. One of the core values of the school is diversity. That yes, there's a lot of diversity in a lot of ways, but one of the key intellectual diversities, which I consider the most important diversity, is very much lacking. The school is not taking opportunities to further diversify itself as an institution, and is that way misserving its students and its members.